Let's move on real quick because we are getting close on time. We're going to get into our concept of the day. And this time I didn't really do something like a hard, we're going to teach you this term, but I wanted to talk about finding your individual improv style. And what I mean by that is not necessarily short form, long form narrative. I'm more like, are you finding out, are you more comfortable in that grounded position? Do you tend towards being the silly one, or are you focused on emotions or character building, and kind of finding your fit within your troupe or within your group? So I guess for me, I really like asking that question of, why is this important? So for me, I want to get to that relationship level. I'm more of that grounded character that wants to come up with, okay, this is the emotion behind the scene, and then somebody else can make the punchline. And I think I kind of found that by, the finding improv for me was like a soul searching type thing. I was trying to get out of my house, and it really was who I was. What would you, and Katie came from comedy. So how do you feel like you came about your comedic style, and what is it, Katie?
Oh yeah. You talking to me? Yeah, I mean, I definitely did probably for a little bit, tried to be the ham and upstage everyone and, try to find the punchline. A lot of stand-up comics. I did some stand-up comedy before, and but I quickly learned that was not serving the scene. And then I just got a little lost, like I said, for a little while. I really messed up a lot. I broke all the rules. And I mean, I think a lot of people do when they first start, unless, maybe you have some theater background and you're like, I don't know what I'm doing. Just kidding. But yeah, so I really, I definitely, as I went through all the levels of, 1 through 4, they have it, Reno Improv. Go and sign up for classes, people. renoimprov.org. You can take one from Ameilia, actually, and we'll talk to her about that in just a second. But yeah, so then and then I kind of was on a couple teams, and those were kind of in and out. And then I joined Sensitive People, which I'm on now, which has been more of a permanent team for me. But what I noticed, because on Sensitive People, we kind of do 3 beats, and the first starts with grounded scenes, and then the second beat kind of goes to character-based scenes, and then the third is absurdity. So it kind of like, it's kind of this, it starts with grounded and then goes up and heightens. So I noticed that on the grounded scenes, as much as I have the best intentions, I find myself all of a sudden doing some weird voice. And so I'm like, and so I definitely, I know myself that's what I tend to default to and what I need to work on. It's not that I'm not good at grounded scenes or can't be, it's that's just somewhere where I don't feel the most comfortable. So it's hard for me.
Sorry, Amelia, we'll get to you in a second. But I think one of the reasons that you and I played really well together is that you did have more of those strong character things, and I would call out more of that grounded emotion stuff. So I think the reason that you and I kind of really did well together on stage is because we could balance each other out a little bit. And totally. I think you need those strong character, funny accent people. You need the person to give the punchline. But it's hard to do that when, you don't have your style is the acting kind of set with other people around you.
Right. And as a more of a, at the beginning, I was just running people over. Like I was doing no service to my scene partner because I was hamming it up too much. And I really had to learn how to listen better and try to be the more grounded ones every once in a while. I mean,
right.
But anyways, Ameilia, what's
I don't even know what my improv style is. I think because the first team that I really like rehearsed with regularly and then started doing shows with regularly was narrative based. A lot of my like experimentation came within position play. So like figuring out who the main characters of the story are, and then how can you play secondary and tertiary characters and still serve the story and move the story along. And then my improv philosophy, a lot of it is just like, what is the most supportive and interesting thing we can do to tell the next part of the story?
Improv.